Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
And Moses joins us on our desk for a first look at sports, and it's a homecoming of sorts for a player familiar to these parts.
Yeah, Elk Point's Mark Letestu spent time in the AJHL as a member of the Bonnyville Pontiacs, working his way to the National Hockey League. The forward spent time with Pittsburgh, most recently Columbus, but has now reached a deal with the Edmonton Oilers, and they had plenty of reasons to get this deal done.
The roster itself is full of talent, and for that, I don't think they're as a group we're far away from winning. I think there'll be some tweaking and adding and maybe subtracting, and eventually we're going to get to the point where we're going to be a good team. Then obviously being at home. Close to family and friends. It's been, going on my 9th year professionally, and being on the East, predominantly the East Coast. I see my parents twice a year. Now the ability to see them more often, it definitely made the choice appealing.
Now, Letestu is a player that could be a big help to their bottom six, providing some grit and versatility at either center or the wing positions. Now, during the lockout, Letestu spent time as an assistant with his old junior club, impressing their head coach.
Mark is a leadership by example guy, but he's also a vocal leader, which I think that the young guys are going to benefit from when they see how hard Mark works and how genuine and sincere he is in terms of trying to be the best teammate that he can, both on and off the ice. I think that that's a much needed person that the Edmonton Oilers have longed for a long time.
The greatest outdoor show on earth kicks off tomorrow night down in Calgary. There'll be 36 drivers racing in hopes of winning the 2015 GMC Rangeland Derby and race for a cool $150,000 grand prize. Now, drivers from both the WPCA and CPCA will be taking part. Chris Smalley will be going to his 2nd straight championship, and the former champion Kurt Bensmiller is looking to repeat.
I think it started this spring just with consistency and the right feeding and training program with everything in the barn. So it'll every day we've been planning on what our first day is going to be like there in Calgary. So the guys that are consistent and manage the barns properly always seem to do a little bit better.
Molly is ready to have a better showing and prove he can race against the best.
Flattering, quite, I don't know if it has sunk in yet, but it's unreal to be hooked with those 3 top guns from the other association. Just be prepared and just do what I'm doing, and don't worry about who's out there, and just go run my race like I have to and run clean and see how it turns out. Be back here next year, and if not, running that Final Four that Sunday night is my biggest dream and goal. But it's one night at a time and running clean.
Now, the former champ is not satisfied with just one Rangeland Derby title.
Kurt Bensmiller, Sutina Nation, headed to the wire with his wheels on fire. The uncatchable Kurt Bensmiller gets there by 3/4.
I've won a few shows, and with Calgary, it was the first time that I ever won a show. And I mean, I was obviously excited, but I was really more thinking right away on how I can do this again. How do I get to be back up here on the stage? Because that's where everybody wants to be. So it was obviously very exciting, and I was definitely pumped up. But it was just a feeling of how can I get back here to do this again.
Now, the first round of Dakota Dunes Open teed off this morning with several Canadians in the mix. That also included Lloydminster's Clint Schiller. Now, Schiller is through 6 holes and is 2 under. Eric Wenzel and David Skins currently lead the way with an 8 under 64. The highest rated Canadian, Chris Hemerick from Kitchener, is tied for 5th at 6 under. Now, it's been a wild 30 days to remember in sports, and to recap, here are your Newcap plays of the month.